As we age, our social habits and priorities naturally shift. If you're over 60, you may have noticed that visiting friends and family isn't as frequent as it once was, and there are profound reasons behind this change. Far from being a sign of disinterest, this shift often reflects wisdom, self-awareness, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters in life. Today, we'll explore 6 eye-opening truths that explain why many seniors choose to step back from constant visits. Whether you're in this stage of life or caring for someone who is, these insights will help you appreciate the value of intentional connections. 1. Energy becomes a precious resource. In youth, socializing often feels effortless. Spontaneous gatherings, late-night conversations, and frequent visits to friends and family come naturally. But as the years pass, energy becomes a finite and carefully managed resource. Aging brings with it a gradual decline in stamina, both physical and mental. What once was an easy afternoon visit now requires preparation, travel, and the emotional labor of extended interaction, all of which can leave seniors feeling drained. For many older adults, conserving energy isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Long visits, especially those involving travel or adapting to unfamiliar environments, demand more than they once did. A simple trip across town might now require rest beforehand and recovery afterward. Conversations that used to flow effortlessly may now feel taxing, particularly if they involve loud environments, multiple people talking at once, or the pressure to keep up with fast-paced discussions. Research supports this shift in social behavior. Studies have found that after the age of 60, people increasingly prioritize quality over quantity in their relationships. Rather than spreading themselves thin with obligatory visits, they invest their energy in interactions that bring genuine joy, emotional fulfillment, or intellectual stimulation. A short but meaningful phone call with an old friend may hold more value than a lengthy, draining family gathering. This isn't about withdrawing from society, it's about intentional living. Many seniors find deep satisfaction in quieter, more controlled social settings. A coffee date with one close friend, a leisurely walk with a neighbor, or even a handwritten letter exchange can be far more rewarding than large, chaotic gatherings. The wisdom of age often brings the realization that time is precious and energy must be spent where it matters most. Additionally, health considerations play a significant role. Chronic conditions, fatigue, or pain can make social outings more challenging. An older adult with arthritis, for example, might find sitting on an unfamiliar couch for hours uncomfortable, while someone with hearing difficulties may struggle in noisy environments. Rather than enduring discomfort, many choose to socialize in ways that accommodate their needs, whether that means shorter visits, hosting at their own home, or opting for virtual communication instead. The shift isn't a rejection of loved ones, but a natural adaptation to changing capacities. By focusing on meaningful connections rather than societal expectations, seniors craft a social life that sustains rather than depletes them. 2. The comfort of routine and familiarity. As people age, the world can feel increasingly unpredictable. Physical changes, shifts in social dynamics, and the loss of lifelong friends or partners create an underlying need for stability. In this context, the comfort of routine and familiar surroundings becomes not just a preference, but a vital anchor for well-being. Home is more than just a place, it's a carefully curated environment where everything has its place. The chair that supports an aching back, the kitchen arranged for easy access, the thermostat set to the perfect temperature, these small details create a sense of security. Leaving this space, even for a short visit, means stepping into the unknown. Will the seating be comfortable? Will the lighting be too harsh? Will there be too many stairs? For some, these uncertainties are minor inconveniences, but for others, they're legitimate sources of stress. Scientific studies highlight the importance of routine in aging populations. Older adults who maintain consistent daily rhythms, waking, eating, and sleeping at regular times experience measurable benefits, including better sleep quality, lower stress levels, and even improved cognitive function. Predictability provides a psychological safety net, reducing the mental load of decision-making and allowing energy to be directed toward enjoyment rather than adaptation. Health conditions further reinforce this need for control. Those managing diabetes, mobility limitations, or memory concerns often rely on structured schedules to maintain their well-being. A disrupted mealtime, an unfamiliar bathroom layout, or an overstimulating environment can have real consequences. For someone with incontinence, for example, being away from home may provoke anxiety about bathroom access. For those with dementia, unfamiliar settings can increase confusion and agitation. There's also an emotional dimension to staying home. As people grow older, their living spaces often hold decades of memories, photographs, cherished belongings, the quiet hum of a well-known neighborhood. These elements provide comfort in a way that external environments cannot replicate. A visit might be pleasant, but it's temporary. Home is where the soul rests. This isn't to say seniors never leave their homes. Many do, gladly, but they often prefer doing so on their own terms. A scheduled outing to a favorite restaurant, a short walk in a familiar park, or a small gathering in a controlled setting may be far more appealing than an all-day event in an unpredictable environment. Ultimately, the preference for routine isn't about stubbornness or resistance to change. It's a strategic choice for maintaining independence, health, and peace of mind. 3. Technology bridges the gap. The digital age has revolutionized how people connect, and older adults are no exception. Where once visiting in person was the only way to maintain close relationships, technology now offers alternatives that are often more convenient, less physically demanding, and in some cases even more meaningful. Video calls have become a lifeline for seniors, especially those with mobility challenges or loved ones who live far away. Platforms like Zoom, FaceTime, and Skype allow for face-to-face conversations without the need for travel. A grandparent can now read bedtime stories to their grandchildren, watch them open birthday gifts, or simply share a meal together through a screen. These interactions may lack physical presence, but they preserve emotional closeness in a way phone calls alone cannot. Messaging apps and social media also play a crucial role. WhatsApp groups keep families connected across time zones, while Facebook allows older adults to stay updated on milestones without needing to attend every event. For those with hearing difficulties, text-based communication can be easier than phone calls. Email chains with old friends, photo-sharing apps, and even online gaming such as digital chess or word puzzles provide low-effort ways to stay engaged. Interestingly, research suggests that many seniors now prefer virtual check-ins over in-person visits. A study by AARP found that adults over 50 increasingly view technology as a way to reduce social isolation without the exhaustion of travel or hosting. Virtual visits eliminate the stress of dressing up, commuting, or navigating unfamiliar homes. They can be shorter, more focused, and scheduled at times when energy levels are highest. Of course, technology isn't a perfect substitute. Nothing fully replaces a hug or the warmth of shared physical space, but it's a powerful tool for maintaining bonds when in-person visits aren't feasible. For older adults who value connection but need to conserve energy, digital communication offers the best of both worlds, meaningful interaction without the strain. 4. Emotional boundaries grow stronger. After decades of social obligations, family gatherings, mandatory celebrations, and the unspoken expectation to always be available, many seniors reach a point where they no longer feel compelled to engage in draining interactions. The weight of years has taught them the value of peace, and they begin to prioritize their emotional well-being over societal expectations. This shift isn't about bitterness or withdrawal, it's about self-preservation. Older adults often find themselves avoiding visits filled with drama, unresolved conflicts, or emotional labor. They may decline invitations to events where they know tensions run high, or they might limit time with relatives who leave them feeling depleted. The wisdom of age reveals a simple truth: not all relationships are worth the toll they take. Psychologists affirm that setting boundaries in later life is a sign of emotional health, not selfishness. Studies show that seniors who establish clear limits experience lower stress levels and greater overall happiness. The ability to say no even to family becomes a form of empowerment. Some may face pushback from loved ones who misinterpret their boundaries as rejection, but the clarity that comes with age helps them stand firm. For many, this means choosing solitude over forced socialization. A quiet afternoon at home with a book or a hobby may bring more joy than a tense family reunion. Others might opt for shorter visits, setting time limits to protect their energy. What once felt like an obligation now becomes a choice one made with intention. This isn't to say they stop caring. Rather, they learn to care differently. They invest in relationships that are reciprocal, where love and respect flow both ways. The rest, they let go, not with resentment, but with the quiet understanding that peace of mind is priceless. 5. Health concerns take priority. As the body ages, health becomes a dominant factor in social decisions. Chronic illnesses, slower recovery times, and weakened immune systems make once routine activities like crowded gatherings or long trips feel like risks rather than pleasures. What was simple in younger years, a family dinner, a holiday party, a cross-country visit, now requires careful consideration. The pandemic further reshaped many seniors' comfort levels with in-person interactions. Even as the world reopened, some found that their tolerance for large groups had permanently shifted. The fear of illness isn't irrational. For older adults, a common cold can escalate into something more serious, and exposure to germs in busy settings is a legitimate concern. Mobility issues also play a role. Long car rides may cause discomfort, and navigating unfamiliar spaces can be exhausting. Some seniors decline invitations not because they don't want to go, but because the physical toll outweighs the enjoyment. Fatigue sets in faster, and the recovery time needed after social events grows longer. Yet this isn't isolation, it's adaptation. Many seniors find alternative ways to connect: shorter visits, outdoor gatherings, or virtual check-ins. They prioritize low-stress environments where they can engage without overextending themselves. Family members may need to adjust expectations, understanding that a senior's absence from events isn't a lack of love, but a necessary act of self-care. Medical professionals emphasize that protecting one's health in later years is crucial. Avoiding unnecessary risks doesn't mean disengaging from life, it means engaging on terms that preserve well-being. The goal isn't to withdraw, but to find sustainable ways to stay connected while honoring the body's limits. 6. A shift toward deeper connections. In youth, social circles are often wide but shallow, filled with acquaintances, co-workers, and fleeting friendships. As people age, many find themselves drawn to relationships with more depth. The focus shifts from quantity to quality. Superficial interactions fade, while bonds rooted in shared history, mutual understanding, and genuine support thrive. This isn't a retreat from society, it's a refinement. Older adults frequently pare down their social networks, investing time only in those who truly enrich their lives. A coffee date with a lifelong friend who listens may hold more value than a dozen polite conversations at a large gathering. Family members who offer empathy and respect become cherished, while those who bring stress or negativity are kept at a gentle distance. Research on aging supports this trend. Studies show that seniors with a few close, meaningful relationships report higher life satisfaction than those with many shallow ties. Emotional fulfillment matters more than social activity for its own sake. Conversations grow richer, laughter feels more genuine, and silence becomes comfortable rather than awkward. Some may mistake this selectivity for loneliness, but that's rarely the case. It's a conscious choice, one made with the clarity that time is finite, and every moment should be spent with those who truly matter. The connections that remain are the ones that have stood the test of time: friends who've shared decades of memories, family members who offer unconditional support, or new companions who align with their present values. In the end, this shift isn't about closing doors, it's about leaving the right ones open. Conclusion. If you or a loved one is visiting less, remember, this isn't a loss, but an evolution. Aging brings clarity about how to spend time and energy wisely. Whether it's embracing technology, safeguarding health, or cherishing deeper bonds, these choices reflect a life well lived. To all our viewers, thank you for your time today. We hope this perspective brings understanding and peace. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing to our channel for more insights on thriving in later life. Until next time, take care and cherish every meaningful moment.